I like to tell this story because it's true and it's meaningful, and I hope it serves others. I was very, very lost before I started being a real estate investor. I lost faith in college. I wasn't around it. It wasn't a part of my life. And I met my wife in 2016, and she was spiritual and she was a Christian, and we started buying this real estate, and I kept seeing wild success, and there were so many strange things happening. Like, I have always self-identified as an unlucky person in unlucky circumstances. That was just the curse of my life. And my wife was like, "Listen, you're seeing things that that you're just misinterpreting what you're seeing." And she's like, "Look at this win. Look at this big thing that shifted. Look, we didn't get this deal and you think it's a curse that we didn't get this deal, but look at this other deal that opened itself up to us because that one didn't happen, and now this one has snowballed into this one." I kind of saw it to begin with, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's pretty strange how that worked." And then it kept happening, and then it just kept happening. And I said, "Tiffany, are you playing games with this? Like, what's going on here?" She said, "Eric, I think what you're seeing is what you're not acknowledging." And I said, "Okay." What? She said, "Come to church with me." And I started going to church with my wife, and I started hearing sermons that aligned with daily thoughts that I was having about some of our investments or some of the actions that I was, doing in life. And I was like, how is this all lining up? It's not like my wife is planning all the sermons. It's not like my wife is making all of the, real estate deals happen or not. I said, this is not in her hands. This is not in anyone's hands. This is in his hands. And it took me all of that to realize, wow, I have been living a life with God, but not a life for God. And when I finally accepted that, I started to adapt this really big abundance mindset of, I used to hate tithing. I hated when my wife tithed. I just hated it. I'm like, we need that money. Like, we have this number that we need to make each month to be financially independent, and yet we're giving away part of it. Like, why? We could just be financially independent. She said, no, that is there for a reason. And so when I finally accepted that, I was like, well, let's do like 5% more. Let's give more. And that's when I started having these feelings and this passion come over me. And then we started finding more deals. And then the return on investment started going through the roof. And then all these opportunities started just coming towards us. It's like, by having your arms open and giving whatever you have, whatever you can give, you have the ability now to receive the things the world has to offer you. And so that abundance mentality, just it's a very symbiotic relationship. You give a lot, you receive a lot. But I had to learn, you can't expect the reception. You have to expect the feel good of giving. So that's my
Absolutely.
story of how real estate brought me to God.